I am Marisol Hernandez, and I will be talking about giraffes, like this little one. Or more correctly stated, I will be talking about his parents and how they chose each other and mated. Before I start on my main topic, I want to share some background information starting with the classification. So, as we all know, their common name is giraffe, but their clade is Ruminaria. Their domain is eukarya because their cells contain a nucleus and it has a membrane-bound organelle. Well, membrane-bound organelles. Kingdom is Animalia, as in animals, because they have they are multicellular without the cell wall. Their phylum is Chordata, meaning they are triploblastic, which is having three cell layers. They are bilateral symmetry, and they are deuterostomes, which means the anus develops first. Its subphylum is Vertebrata. Its class is Mammalia, as in mammals. They possess fur and neocortex, which aids sight and hearing in mammals, three middle ear bones, and sweat glands. Its order is Artiodactylia, which classifies them as even-toed animals. Its family is Giraffidae because they are ruminant artiodactyl mammals that are commonly found in sub-Saharan Africa. Its genus is Giraffa, which means one who walks swirly. Its species is Camelopardalis, which refers to them as a camel marked like a leopard. And subspecies will vary, but can include Thornoecrofti, Rothschild, Reticulata, Typoscarici, Giraffa angolonensis. They are related to the deer and cattle, however, placed in a separate family, and their closest relative is the okapi. The okapi is much shorter, but they both have long necks, and they both eat leaves. They both have long tongues and have skin-covered horns. Their range extends from Chad to South Africa. They inhabit savannas, grasslands, or open woodlands. They prefer areas enriched with shrubs and trees, and most live either in East Africa or in Angola and Zambia and southern Western Africa. However, populations on south of the Sahara have fallen sharply and become increasingly fragmented. Another fun fact about them is that their ancestors first appeared in Central Asia about 15 million years ago, but the earliest fossil records of the giraffe itself were from Israel and Africa and are dated back about 1.5 million years. Additionally, giraffes, because of their habitats and the environments around them, they need quite the amount of adaptations, which include tall height, which gives them access to a level of foliage beyond the reach of other large browning animals. As a matter of fact, males can grow from anywhere from 15 to 19 feet tall, with an average weight of 1,764 pounds to 4,255 pounds. On the other hand, females grow from 13 to 16 feet tall and only half of the weight of the males, which would be an average of 1,213 pounds to 2,601 pounds. Their front legs are about 10% longer than their hind legs, which contributes to the steeply sloping back and their height. Another adaptation would be their skin coloring, which provides excellent camouflage as it has many different patches of variable size and color. Their skin is also very thick, which provides ample protection and insulation. They also have long eyelids, which keeps out ants and scents. thorns on the branches of the trees. They have valves and veins of the neck, which control a huge rush of blood to the head when leaning over and prevents unconsciousness. Giraffes have very long tongues, which can grow over 18 inches long, and the roof of the mouth is grooved to easily strip leaves off branches. They are actually a mammal that is capable of taking a lot of nutrients and water from from the leaves. They ruminate day or night and can survive without water for long periods of time, which is probably one of the most important adaptations due to the fact of their environment. As important is their behavior. So giraffes tend to travel in groups. Female giraffes associate in groups of a dozen or so members, occasionally including a few younger males. And male giraffes tend to live in bachelor herds with other males, often leading solitary lives. An individual giraffe can join or leave the herd at any time and for no particular reason. Although they are scattered, making them seem like they are not in a group, it is not true because they keep an eye on their neighbors even at a distance, especially young giraffes. They are never left alone. However, they are looked after in a kind of nursery group where the females help look over each other's babies. Despite the best efforts they put to take care of their babies, though, they only 50% of the actual babies survive. The night is mostly spent lying down ruminating, especially in the hours after dark and before dawn. And they spend half their time feeding, and most of their remainder is taken up by either searching for food or slowly digesting what they have eaten. Sometimes sleep during the Sometimes they sleep during the day, but they do this standing, and they do not sleep more than 20 minutes a day. Now, going a little more into the main topic of my presentation, one of the most fascinating elements of giraffe behavior is the duel between males fighting for mating partners. Giraffe duels are among the most extraordinary in the animal kingdom. Duels begin with two males approaching each other and engaging in rubbing and intertwining their necks. This behavior is known as necking. It allows the opponents to assess each other's size and strength. Often, this would be enough to demonstrate dominance over another, but if it does not, they go to a different stage, which has been seen in the video on your right, where the rivals begin to exchange blows with their heads, using their short horns to tackle each other. Each giraffe raises its front legs and swings its head upward and over its shoulder. If the blow lands solidly, the giraffe may stagger under the impact and in rare cases may even collapse onto the ground. More often, the contest breaks off after a few minutes and the loser simply walks away. We're not able to see that the loser walks away in the video, but we are able to see how both giraffes use their horns and their necks to compete with each other. So let's talk about the whole process of how the giraffes mate and how they choose their mates. Mating and mate choice. So giraffes are similar to horses, donkeys, and mules in their mating method. As a matter of fact, female giraffes spend over half a day browsing, and male giraffes spend less time. 22% of the day, males are walking. The rest of the time, they are searching for female giraffes to mate with. But how do they actually find a mate? Well, when a male giraffe finds a female giraffe in estrus, he nudges her rear end with his nose to encourage her to urinate. The male then tastes the urine, checking for signals that she is ready to mate. If things look promising, he then follows the female around until she stands still, indicating the time is right. Occasionally, the male might be anxious and try to soon, but the female just walks away until she's made a positive decision. This can go on for hours or days, and sometimes she waits until another male more desirable appears. Sometimes she may go up to the new arrival and rub her neck on his, indicating her preference. And often a female giraffe chooses the most dominant giraffe available as a partner, possibly helping strengthen the genes passed to her young. And giraffes are non-territorial, meaning that a successful male giraffe will mate with receptive female giraffes whenever and wherever it finds them. When the female is receptive and ready to mate, she stands still and allows the male to approach her. He mounts her from the rear, with both female and male facing in the same direction, and enters his penis into her vagina. When mating ends, he withdraws and backs away. There is no emotional bond between them. It's just they mate and they go their separate ways. Last but not least, the way they reproduce, it can occur any time of the year. So breeding season can occur any time of the year, and the birds in the wild usually happen during dry season, but the birds in captivity can happen all year round. Giraffes usually reach sexual maturity around 3 to 4 years old when they are in captivity, and 6 to 7 years old when they're in the wild. And they are usually pregnant for 13 to 15 months. So a little recap of my main topic, which is mating and mate choice. So how does it all happens? Well, it first comes down to the guy tasting the female's urine, and if the female accepts him without having another male rival, then they mate. But it could be more complex until the male tastes the female urine. She keeps walking away for hours, days, etc. And then another male comes along, does the same thing, tastes her urine, and they're both like, okay, this female is a good it is fertile and can produce offspring. Then they will do a male duel. She will pick the one who looks stronger, healthier, the one who wins, and then will mate with him. The reason why she picks the more dominant one is because she believes that his genes are better, and those genes will be passed down to the offspring. Well, I really hope you found this topic as interesting as I did, and these are my references. Thank you so much for taking your time to listen to me, and have a good day.